All right. Nice. Unplanned day one of the new block, kind of my peaking block. So, yeah, this is going to be interesting. I was wanting to get it started yesterday, but we had an absolutely crazy day at work. We had an incident, it was an entire event that ended up with like 45 patients. So, long night, pulling into the gym now. Hopefully start day one off well. Body is not ready for it, so let's hope it works out.
All right, so this is going to end up being part one. Y'all saw the quick little intro to this day. Pretty wild day the day before, but getting back to doing some stuff that I feel like worked for me the previous year. Kind of in my peaking block, look back at what I did a lot of med ball throws. So 3 different variations on the day with a 12-pound med ball. Goal is to drop the weight over the next few weeks, which will increase the speed of the throws, trying to be dynamic, and you'll get to laugh at some misses here. But the block I started this day with what I start with plyos. Started with plyos I've been doing, and then went into med balls, then power snatches, and then the first week of my contrast / French contrast training, whatever you want to call it. It's not quite true French contrast, so we're not going to call it that. But I always have kind of in the past. There's your miss. But this was day one, a Monday for me, after a long Sunday at work. Dropped the power snatch weight down to 80 kilos, went to 5 doubles, so no longer doing true clusters, but I was able to keep my rest times relatively short here with 80 kilos and going from the ground and not from the hang, kind of taking a little, I quote-unquote say a little load off the low back. It's because I don't have that deadlift prior to the hang as well, and I feel like I just feel the best personally doing full powers from the floor. I feel quote-unquote the most powerful, and that's what I want at this time of the year. Start moving the fastest, moving the most powerful. After that, we get into my contrast, first time of contrast. So heavy box squat double with chains on the safety squat bar, followed by what I call wob jumps, which is a dumbbell vertical jump. But I kind of leaned my chest forward, and I didn't do it super hard here, but leaned my chest forward onto my legs and doing a vertical jump with the dumbbells. And here I went into a band assisted jump. So not true French contrast, but we can kind of call it contrast training. After this, hit a little accessory work, hit some glute hams. Been doing the inverse curl a lot, so hit actual glute hams. It felt good to kind of do this. Definitely feels a little different, so there's definitely point and purpose to have both in there. And then flipped over and did some GHD sit-ups, played with reaching to one side, reaching straight back, if I even reached all the way or not. Kind of mixed it up. I'm not the biggest fan of these, but I was kind of being lazy. It was lazy, and I'll be honest, it was little right there. I was already on it, so I just flipped over and did my next set. So that ended up on my Monday. And, I finished this with some prowler sprints. This is real-time sprints. Want to get back to doing some sprinting. I don't know if this is the greatest time to do it, but using a sled slows me down a little bit. I keep tweaking my hamstrings if I'm doing prowler sprints. So I believe this is the very next day at work. I knew after that first throw that these were going to go good. It's a little bit later in the evening, and the light in the background makes it look not as late as it is. I think it's like 8 o'clock or something like that when I'm doing these shot put throws, maybe 7:30ish, but stands were going pretty good. So I'm yawning, excuse me, it's real life with this recording, and I'm not going to edit it. And then the lights are lit up right now because a call went out for the ladder. But ended up hitting a personal best here at this station. So it's uphill right there, as you can't really tell. It's uphill. So I ended up throwing right at 45 feet with this shot put uphill. And it's uphill enough that ball returns to me on its own, which is kind of nice. It's kind of, you don't have to shag your own throw. But went in after, did these throws. Tried changing a couple things up. If you notice my start, a couple of those earlier, I was trying to turn back a little bit more, turn my feet at the start back, but it wasn't giving me a ton, and it was kind of throwing me off balance. So we just went back to tried and true trusty. And then we ended up going up and hitting some light bench and some face pulls. And when I did these face pulls, I did them lying down with a really heavy band. And I was just trying, it was almost like a row. They were very different. So just trying to hit something from a different area. Oh, and I completely forgot as I'm watching this myself. Tried to throw a couple fulls. They really didn't go too far. I hadn't been practicing them, so I kind of stayed away from them. Just kind of trying to get the most out of this modified South African I can. You see, I went right back to it. And I have in the past got some carryover from doing one versus the other. And actually, it's funny, I left this when I chased down the ball to hurry up because I could hear our ladder truck coming back from the call that they went on a few minutes ago. So kind of cool to get a video clip of the ladder actually pulling in while I'm doing my throwing at the firehouse. And that was actually going to be my last throw. So I come over and drop my stuff, take my shoes off and whatnot. So this will end part one. There's a quick little recap here right after I record this little bit, but stay tuned for part two, not shortly after. So just finished up the shot put practice at the firehouse, and I can almost tell from the first stand throws that might be there tonight. PR here at this firehouse, it's uphill to where the shot put retrieves itself, rolling back to me, which is really nice actually. Hit a 45-foot line crack uphill, which I've never hit that crack before, so putting stuff up in the truck feels good. I had a very, if you watch those throws, if you watch them consistent, or if you watch them closely enough, very, very, very consistent numbers tonight. I mean, shoot, almost every throw might have been within 18 inches, even bad ones of that line. So really happy with how that went. It's almost 9 o'clock at night. Let's see if we're gonna do anything else today. It's been a pretty hectic, busy day.
All I had was my ab strap for doing abs on a cable machine.